It's been quite a while since the Caligula Effect Overdose graced my PS4, and in my playthrough of it, I fell in love with the game's music and its intriguing world of escapism and liked it enough to give it a fairly positive review, eventually buy the anime, and I still have the soundtrack in my regular rotation and would go as far to say it has some of my favorite JRPG music tracks of all time. With this in mind, I was very glad to receive a code for the Caligula Effect 2, as the sequel seemed like it would capture all the best parts of the original judging from its previews, and I'm pleased to say I felt this more and more in my time actually playing through its first dungeon, with a great script making me feel instantly connected to its characters and the struggles they're trying to stop escaping from once again, in this idealistic world backed by a great soundtrack and a unique music workspace-inspired combat that reminded me why this series is so good. All these things have me wanting to go back and play it right now, but since its release is almost here, I wanted to show it off first to show fans and newcomers why the Caligula Effect 2 is a promising looking sequel to the first one, and with its new intriguing characters, it's a great way both to start and continue in this interesting series. After choosing your character's name and gender, your Caligula Effect 2 protagonist is welcomed into a world by a vocaloid-like virtual doll called Regret, with the world called Redo described as a paradise that promises to free you from the pain and suffering of the real world to the point where you'll eventually forget that it exists. This works for the protagonists at first as they make friends and live their school life, until they wake up from a dream one day that leads them on a strange series of events. The protagonist can now hear a mysterious voice that turns out to be the virtual doll prototype called Key, who has managed to infiltrate Redo to try and shut it down, and is able to open the eyes of the protagonist by showing the fake parts of the world and giving them some of their memories back. After this, the protagonist can see things like the teachers that are just NPCs, but only have so much time to take this in as students controlled by antennas appear thanks to Key's disturbance of the world. Key gives them an emotional push to help them overcome their fears, awakening their catharsis effect that allows them to fight and take down the puppet heads controlled by those trying to keep them in this world. This begins the journey of trying to break out of Redo, fighting the obligato musicians on Regret's side as they blast music to send students rampant, and with themes of overcoming your fears to fight or holding on to your reasons to stay in this fake world close, the beginning of the Caligula Effect 2 was more than enough to pull me in and make me want to learn more about this unique and twisted world thanks to its intriguing premise. Aside from having a good premise though, the Caligula Effect 2's execution of that premise is really good too, with its writing and script pulling me in quickly thanks to the amount of personality in it. The virtual doll Key's quirky sense of humor paired nicely with early party member Gin's, but both have plenty of depth to them as well. Gin's catharsis effect awakening shows a clear emotional struggle before he can move forward, and these kinds of things make it easy to root for these characters and want to see them grow even though I barely knew them. The first obligato musician was also very interesting too, with his mechanical way of talking and his reason for wanting to stay in Redo, which reminded me of why I liked the original so much too, as Caligula seems to be very good at having characters with motives that are relatable no matter how much you agree with them or not, and creating a world where it makes total sense for them to get out of hand for better or worse. It's this kind of story and the gameplay I'm about to talk about that instantly had me pumped and ready to go live and play another Caligula story. And while there are some small links to the original game so far, it's also very accessible to newcomers thanks to it mostly being based around new characters. So while I'm sure fans of the original will get a lot out of this story with a similar tone, I think anyone can enjoy this story of overcoming or staying in emotions in this strange world, and I'm excited to see where it all goes as I keep playing. The story of the Caligula Effect 2 manages to hit the right beats from the original, and likewise so does the gameplay, with the MIDI-inspired turn-based battle system returning with a few new things up its sleeve. After being reminded of how fun the timeline-based battles are thanks to the imaginary chain ability that allows you to see how your turn will play out and to shift things accordingly, I was also introduced to one of its newer mechanics called keyjacking, an exciting mode where Key takes over the field, music and all, to provide you with some extra benefits. At the beginning, this includes includes more hits, higher speed, and the chance to attack again, with the fact that it can be activated anytime your voltage is full, allowing you to extend combos with it. Perfect for when a victory is just within reach or when you forgot to block an attack. It's a great complement to this unique system where timing is key, and while it's still early days for me in the game, it's a fitting addition that I'm sure will pair well with things like special attacks when I unlock them later. As for exploring, the first area I played in was what appears to be its first dungeon, where once again, battles have you hearing the obligato musician song loud and clear to turn Regrets fans into digiheads, another type of enemy in this game, with the field having you run around to the instrumental, and battles bringing in Regrets vocals that was a nice touch to see return from the last game, especially since the music in Caligula is so good. I had so much fun in this dungeon that I had to exercise restraint not to finish it, but in my 2 hours in it, I definitely felt this first dungeon was bigger and more complex than what I remembered the first one from Overdose being, which was a nice surprise, and with train carriages to jump across, treasure to find, and plenty of battles to enjoy to its fantastic soundtrack, it definitely felt like a step up from the Caligula Effect Overdose while still featuring all the best parts of it, and I'm very intrigued by its story enough that I just really want to drop everything and play more as soon as possible, especially with how much I want to hear more of the tracks from the game. I still have plenty more to play in it, but so far it's definitely got me in, and I'm looking forward to seeing the other fields and how mechanics like keyjacking grow as the game goes on, and how interesting each of its mechanics feel paired with its interesting story make it feel like the Caligula Effect 2 will be an engaging journey. With a great emotive story and music alongside its unique timing-based battle system that all work to make Caligula so interesting, the new additions and versions of these things in the Caligula Effect 2 show a lot of promise. This new fake world seems like it will be really interesting to explore thanks to its new characters, and even in my time getting to know its first few members, I was charmed by all their personalities and intrigued by their struggles as I should be. And with a good script and localization that lets both of these things shine, I'm really intrigued to see where it all goes and to see how all the characters will be affected by this escapism encouraging world. And there's plenty more to be excited for too, like its quest and bonding system that I haven't even touched yet. And with things feeling bigger and more in depth than the first one in its first dungeon, the sequel could be really good if the trend continues throughout. And since I really enjoyed the music and story of the first one, the fact that I love these things in 2 so far has me really keen to get more into it and enjoy its intriguing world. If you're a fan of the last one, I have a feeling you'll like this new sequel too, and if you're looking to try the series for the first time, as a more polished entry that feels good to play, this might be a good starting point thanks to it being mostly full of new characters. And all in all, it's a great JRPG to try for those who want to see an interesting and emotive take on high school escapism and how virtual idols can fit into all these things that I hope will continue to make for a very interesting story. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to try the Caligula Effect 2 and if you played the first one. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!